Now, South Africa's first digital bank has kept its interest rates unchanged at 10%. TymeBank announced its interest rates would remain the same even though the South African Reserve Bank cut the repo rate. Yesterday, the Reserve Bank's Monetary Policy Committee cut the rate by 1 percentage point from 6.25% to 5.25%. We're joined now by TymeBank Sales and Service Head Cheslin Jacobs to explain what it means that they've kept their rate unchanged at 10%. Cheslin, good evening, and thanks so much for your time. So presumably it is the savers who are with you who will benefit. Why is this good news for your customers that you've kept it unchanged?
Absolutely, Rebecca. So traditional wisdom and in banking historically, whenever the Reserve Bank has cut the repo rate, is that interest rates on savings and investments has subsequently been cut by the same margin. In times of such uncertainty at TymeBank, we believe that we have to do our best to help our customers as much as we possibly can. And by keeping our rates on our interest rates on savings unchanged, we think we're doing our best for our customers.
So what would have been the impact if you did go ahead and cut those rates?
Yeah, so normally what happens in industries, you cut accordingly as the Reserve Bank has cut it. So right now we offer customers up to 10% per annum. If we had followed conventional wisdom, that would most probably change to 9% per annum. So again, like I said, in times of such uncertainty, is that we believe customers' money needs to be working as hard as it possibly can for them. And by keeping our rates at 10%, TymeBank takes that on the chin quite a bit. But again, our customers are the most important for us.
Tell us a bit more about your customers then, Cheslin. Is it only people? Do you only deal with savings? Are there other services?
Not at all, Rebecca. So although we're a digital bank, we operate like many other banks do behind the scenes, and South Africans have responded positively to us since we've been in public. So in just over a year, we've got over 1.5 million customers already, of which over 50% of them are actively using our offering. And it's a full transactional and savings proposition, so it works like most other bank accounts does in the country, with a couple of very unique features, one of which is the GoSave savings tool that now allows customers to earn up to 10% per annum. And like we said, we've chosen not to cut those rates. So for customers looking for a place to have their money work as hard as it possibly can right now, the TymeBank GoSave tool is where it needs to be.
Okay, so you're mostly then dealing with savers. You're a savings vehicle for most people then, Cheslin, from what I understand, from what you said. Now, South Africans are not known for very good saving behavior or habits, and I think that's common knowledge. So have you found otherwise, though? I mean, since you've been around, have you found that they're really trying at least?
Absolutely, Rebecca. I know. So that's always been the perception that South Africans are not very good savers. And I think to a large degree it's not necessarily 100% accurate, is that South Africans are actually really good savers, just very informally. So traditionally you wouldn't find many South Africans saving in vehicles offered by banks, for that matter. There's always been negative perception around fees and what happens to customers' money once it's in those schools. Ever since we've been in the market, what we've actually seen is customers not only use our transactional offering, but use our savings offering quite aggressively as well. It's a fee-free savings tool, so absolutely no fees attached to it, no penalties attached to it whatsoever. And also you see your money grow on a daily basis, so you add the interest to your savings every day from the very first rand that you add. Also, what we've done with the product is that regardless of how much you're saving, your money earns exactly the same. Again, historically or even today's call, what happens is that many of these accounts allow people who have large amounts of money to earn the highest interest rates out there. And what we are saying is that we want the average South African to have the same luxury as call it the minority of South Africans to have a bit more money as today.
All right. Well, thanks very much for that, Cheslin Jacobs there from TymeBank.